Okay. Well, hello everyone. If you've been searching out gut health this week, you're in good company as it's officially the most Googled wellness topic on the planet right now. Today, we're going to get down to the essentials that you need to know, the real tools that help people like me recover when the gut felt like it had become an evil source of torture. Welcome to Tea Talk, everyone. Where's my cup? There it is. I'm Danny Cade. So let's start with this. Your gut is not just about digestion. It's where 70% of your immune system lives, and it's also known as your second brain. It controls how well your body can absorb the nutrients that you're trying to get down because it's not just about chew, swallow, and hope for the best. Here's a hard truth for you. If your microbiome is off, every bite or sip of nutrition has to beg for permission to be absorbed. That's why it's not just about what we eat, but what our gut can use. So let me tell you what I wish someone had explained to me from day one. The most common gut health myths are the ones that are still making people worse. So let's start with the first one. Just take a probiotic. The reality, if you take the wrong strain for your body, especially while it's inflamed, it can actually increase your symptoms like bloating, gas, cramps, diarrhea, or constipation. Probiotics are not a one size fits all, especially during or after cancer treatment. Myth number two, go raw, go fiber rich, go cold. Now, if your gut is fragile, that advice can be an awful punishment for you. Things like raw salads and crunchy greens can slam a traumatized or inflamed system hard. What works better for most of us? Warm, lightly to well-cooked vegetables, anything that has soft, calming textures. Avoid anything that's raw, cold, or extreme until you're healed up. Myth number three, I know I'm going to butcher this word, kombucha is a miracle. Well, kombucha, if you're not familiar with it, is a wild ferment that's high in sugar and yeast. And that might be fine for healthy bodies, but for anyone who's inflamed, nauseous, or immunocompromised, it can be brutal. It made most of us worse every single time. So, what does the gut actually need to reset? Number one, diversity, not overload. Instead of, eating one giant salad, think about getting 15 different well-cooked plant foods into your week. Now, that can include things like herbs, spices, veggies, fruits, seeds, and even seaweed. If chewing is hard or that's still too hard on your stomach, those can be rotated through warm broths or even blended soups. Okay, number two, prebiotics first, probiotics second. Feed the good bacteria you already have. Things like cooked onions, cooled rice, green bananas are my favorite. Purslane, which is a wild green that most of us think is a weed, is actually loaded with omega-3s and mucilage, which mucilage is a plant-derived soluble fiber that forms a gel-like consistency and soothes and calms the gut lining. So once your gut lining is less reactive, it then makes sense to then add the probiotics. Okay, number three, postbiotic signals. There we go. We're talking short chain fatty acids, especially butyrate, that turns on your healing genes and tightens the gut wall. You can feed them by getting more soluble fiber, things like oats, mushy peas, psyllium, warm sweet potato or yams, not lettuces or kale chips, at least not until you're healed up. Number four, nervous system override. Well, digestion only happens when we're in a parasympathetic mode. That's your rest and digest state. Sorry, guys, same thing. If you're stuck in stress, trauma, or fight, flight, freeze, your gut is clenching up. So before every sip or bite, try inhaling for 4 seconds, exhale for six, and hum softly during the exhale, or if that's too much, then just do it at the end. That hum, it vibrates the vagus nerve and flips the switch. It works, it's free, and it's really easy to do. Now, if you're in a state where food feels like the enemy, you can try things like mushroom broths, especially reishi, shiitake, and lion's mane, because their beta glucans feed our good bacteria and also supports immune function. That's a two for one deal right there. Cooked garlic, not raw, as raw is too harsh and can trigger nausea, but cooked garlic still supports detox, balances cytokines, and gently stimulates digestion. Cooled sweet potato or yam mash is good because it becomes a resistant starch, meaning it feeds butyrate producing bacteria, but is still gentle enough that most of us can tolerate it. Now, getting in adequate quality protein while we have fragile guts can become quite the challenge, especially if you're a cancer patient where the chemo is rough on the mouth and the guts. Mainstream medicine likes to encourage drinks like Boost or Ensure, for example, but most of those store-bought formulas are full of sugar, chemicals, indigestible protein, and inadequate nutrients that actually do the body more harm than good. You want to find a fully balanced liquid meal that has roughly 20 grams or more of high quality digestible protein, 4 grams of fat, 6 grams of fiber, and full digestive support to help your body absorb the fuel that it needs instead of just passing it through like a dead filler. When I was dealing with a wrecked gut during my cancer battle and food was no longer my friend, I used something exactly like that, where I sipped it slowly throughout the day and timed it with my inhales and exhales. My progress was measured in sips, not meals, because at that point, survival was the main goal. Now, if you're like me, where you have serious concerns as to what to use, drop the word fuel, and I'll give you my free guide of what worked best for me. Now, here's a few questions that always come up, and I want to address these for you. Can I just take gut supplements instead of food? No. That's like building a house with just nails and no wood, because yes, supplements support, but real food builds. Without fuel, there's no way to repair the body. Okay, another question. Should I fast to reset my microbiome? That depends. Fasting can help if you're healthy, but if you're already losing weight or muscle, it can actually speed up that downward spiral. So talk to a healthcare provider who understands unintentional or cancer-related weight loss before jumping in on that one. Another one, fiber hurts. Do I just push through? Please don't. That's a red flag that I had to learn to listen to after eating healthy things like salads. Pain after eating is a sign of inflammation, so switch to soothing, soluble fibers and heal up before you load up. Don't make yourself hurt like that. Been here, done that, and I know how awful it is. It serves no purpose. So if you're in the thick of it right now and need a place to start, here's your plan of action. First, sip a warm mug of mushroom garlic broth within 1 hour of waking up. That helps to set your gut tone for the day. Second, take 2 sips of that high quality meal replacement drink that I mentioned earlier every 15 minutes. Don't chug, sip and breathe. You'll hit your protein target by the end of the day without shocking your system. Third, humming during your exhales before every intake. Don't skip this. It's a survival tool, not just a woo-woo wellness tip. Fourth, if you can, aim to add one new plant per day, even a pinch of herbs or sea salt with minerals counts. Okay. Fifth, get your lights out by 10 p.m. Why? Because that's when your gut cells enter repair mode and your natural melatonin triples, but only if your room is dark and your screen is off. Start winding down at 9 o'clock if you need to. So that's your basic foundation. If your gut is shutting down and every meal feels like it's an impossible fight, drop the word fuel in the chat, or you can DM me on Facebook or Instagram, and I'll send you my full survival guide of what actually worked for me. It's called Sippable Solutions When Eating Feels Impossible. So save this video, share it with someone who's struggling, and tag someone who needs real answers instead of going down another Google rabbit hole. See you at the same time next week, and join me tomorrow where I'm going to share more about protein and why it's important for you. Thanks for being here, everyone. It's great to have you, and I hope you're enjoying Canada Day. I'm off to do that myself. So take care, everyone, and bye for now.